Yay! Another very easy lesson. Start out by copying this right here. Essential question. How is measuring an angle similar to and different from measuring a line segment? You would know this when you come to class because this is something that we're just going to do in person because it's very difficult. So again, when you come to class, what are we going to do? Obviously, constructing a copy of an angle. So before you come to class, make sure you read this part, okay? How do you copy this angle? You know how yesterday in class we copied a segment? Now, when you come to class tomorrow, we did it today. And tomorrow when you come, we're going to copy an angle. So follow the directions, okay? You have this angle and then you gotta draw a ray and then you use the compass, right? And then you do the same thing over here, draw an arc. And then you put your pointy part here and then open it up to the pencil part has to touch here. And then you do the same thing without changing the width of the compass. And then you draw a line, a ray, and you are done. And we're gonna do that in class. Second thing, of course, all these vocabulary words, you gotta make sure that you copy them down. Angle, okay, formed by two rays with the same endpoint. You know what an endpoint is. Endpoint is that. What's a ray? That, okay, that's an angle. What is the vertex? This one right here. This is the vertex. What are the rays? This one, and those are called the sides. Okay? So how do you name it? Today's lesson is so easy. I don't know what to do. Okay, so you can name it like this. You can either say angle 1, because look, the number 1 is right there. Or you can say angle, and then you want to angle this one right here, this part right here, okay? So you can say DEF, DEF. You know what else you can do? You can say it is angle FED, FED. But what is the most important thing that you have to remember? If you're talking about this angle right here, you got to remember to keep the letter E in the middle. And that's all you have to know. Oh, Miss Choi, do we have to always put the symbol right here? Yes. Okay? Yes. And so that's the only thing you had to know, I think, for this section. And so you can finish this off. Go ahead and solve, watch this video. It's really good. And so as you can already see, I solved this question. But let's take a look. It says name angle 2. This is angle 2 right here, okay? Angle 2. In as many different ways as possible. So how can you call it? You can call it angle and then BEA, okay? BEA. Or you can call it angle AEB. AEB. Just remember, this side has to be in the middle, so the letter E has to be in the middle. Or you can even just call it angle 2. But of course, you wouldn't put that as an answer because they already told you that over here, okay? So then next question over here. You have to use a compass and a straight edge to copy angle BEC. So then we're going to learn how to do that in class, okay? So just come see me in class, ready to learn. Yay! So then now let's see what's going on here. Okay, we have to learn to measure angles, and obviously that's another thing we're going to do in class tomorrow using a protractor. Just in case you don't get this, this is really important. You gotta know all of this stuff. What is an acute angle? An angle is like a small angle. It's like a cute angle. It's a cute angle because you know this is a 90-degree angle, okay? But acute angle is smaller than 90 degrees. So it's gonna be like this or like this, like little itty bitty acute angle. It's smaller than 90 degrees, okay? So then, what's a right angle? I just talked about it. It's like 90 degrees. It's like forming a cross. We also call this perpendicular, okay? All right. What's the next one? An obtuse angle. An obtuse angle is fatter than 90 degrees. It has to be fatter. Okay, obtuse. Okay, obtuse. So these would be like an obtuse angle. Okay, but it has to be smaller than 180 degrees, okay? So what is a straight angle? That's a straight line. A straight line, that would be 180 degrees, okay? So key thing, 90 degrees is a right angle. This is a straight angle. This is an acute angle. And this is an obtuse angle. Too easy. You're going to go ahead and do this in class. You're going to use a protractor to draw a 64-degree angle. But before you come to class, make sure you use this so you can see how to do it in class, so I don't have to explain it to you so many times. Okay? And then of course I want you to watch this video. My recording is gonna be short today because most of our lesson has to be done in class. So we would be able to solve this one in class. I'm gonna give you a protractor and you have to work with your partner. Okay? And then same thing over here. Moving on. Okay. What is this? Oh, another thing we have to do in class. We have to construct an angle bisector. But before you come to class, this is what you have to know. You have to know what an angle bisector means. It is a ray that divides an angle into two angles that both have the same measure. Do you know what that means? If I have an angle, okay, an angle bisector is something that cuts the two angles exactly in half. So if this is a 90-degree angle, this side is going to be 45 degrees because half of 90 is 45, and then this side is going to be 45 degrees. And then if both angles measure the same, that means this ray here is what? An angle bisector. That's an angle bisector. Bi, because it means half. Okay, so it's an angle bisector. It cuts the angle in half. That's why it's an angle bisector. Okay, so that's the only thing you have to know. If you have an angle bisector, they have to measure the same. Okay? Here's another thing that you gotta know. Angle addition postulate, very important. Angle addition, Angle addition postulate. You know what that means? All that means is if this angle is 30 degrees, and if this angle is 60 degrees, in order for you to find the measure of this angle here, the whole yellow thing, then all you have to do is go 60 plus 30. So then what's your answer for the yellow angle? Yes, it's going to be 90 degrees. Okay? So why am I color coding everything? Because if I don't, you won't understand it. Okay? So there you go. That is what angle addition postulate means. If you want to find out how big the big angle is, all you have to do is add the two little angles that are inside the big angle. Hope that makes sense. And so they explain it right here, okay? You have to add this one plus that one to get the whole big thing, and that's what that means. And again, this is another thing we gotta do in class. You have to construct a bisector of angle C. Again, please make sure you come down here and learn the definition, because I'm gonna get really upset if you didn't do homework, okay? So go through the process. And watch this video, because this is one of those questions that are definitely going to be on the test next Friday. Oops, I'm sorry I said next Friday, because, you know. Anyways. And so here are some homework questions that you have to solve. As you can see, there is only one homework question that you can solve at home today, because everything else you gotta do in the classroom with Miss Choi, because you need my protractors and my compass and my ruler. So please make sure you watch the video and learn everything else so I don't have to repeat myself. Okay? Alright. Now let's see. Oh, same thing. You gotta go ahead and construct a bisector. Once you learn how to do it in my room, you would know how to select the correct answer, and the correct answer is A. Anyways, same thing over here. You gotta construct another one to construct a bisector of the given angle. And we all know the bisector of the angle means they have to measure the same. And so now we are done. And so when you come to class, I want you to work on the evaluate questions if we have enough time to finish everything. So here's the student edition. This is the one that I want you to go into in class as soon as we're done learning all those stuff. You know, how to graph angles and go to GeoGebra and stuff. But yeah, this is what I need you to work on. I'm going to try and make copies for the evaluate section for all of you because you need it. Okay? Alright, so then I'll see you tomorrow. Happy learning!